Advent is a time that moves me to pray and moves me to think. We could take the name of Shadow Rock, really, I think, and we could change it to Advent, United Church of Christ. And the reason why I say that is because you are the only congregation I know that in your DNA, whether you're conscious of it or not, whether you are aware of it or not, it is in your DNA. You're the only congregation I know that asks the question, what does it mean to be the people of faith and conscience to stand in the right relationship to history? This is why I come here. This is why I love you. This is why I have such tremendous hope for you, for us, and for this world. Advent is that question. Because Advent is a time when what we do as human beings is we say we're going to stand in solidarity with all people of all time in their suffering, in their hopes, and in their dreams. People of all the past and people in the world today, and people in every generation to come. Human beings look to the future as they look to the stars, and they hope. They want more. They want better. We carry around with us, it's almost a biological imperative, that somehow the world, that life should be fair. And when it's not fair, we feel it. Not just for ourselves, but we feel it for other human beings. And Advent really is all people of all time looking for a time when life is filled and characterized by justice, what is fair, what is most loving, what is most whole and complete for ourselves as individuals, for ourselves as community, and for our world. And so shepherds watched their flocks by night, understanding that they were at the bottom of the social ladder, knowing that their hopes and their dreams didn't mean much to anybody except to each other. And so they sang, O come, Emmanuel, and ransom us, for we are captive Israel. We share that spirit, that desire, and that hope. So when I think of Advent, I think of a timeline. I think of this eternal now becoming present, that our hopes are realized. And I think of the hard work that you do, because we know that life isn't fair. We know that the world is not made in such a way as to give the best to the least. And yet we work hard to live as if, because we live to make that real for each other and for our neighbor and for whoever we meet. That's why we're an Advent people. It does ask the question, what does it mean to stand in right relationship with history? Which means that we look like we're kind of crazy sometimes. Because we believe in the power of love and peace and justice. And we live as if. But today, on the first Sunday of the month, we have communion. And so we can think of Advent as a timeline, but I would ask that we switch just a little bit and think of it as a table. A table that spans all the way to the past and in the present now and all the way into the future. And think about it as a table where there are too many empty places at the table. There is a place set for them. There's a placemat, and there is a plate, and there is silverware or chopsticks or whatever eating utensil goes with that, whatever person in whatever culture, whatever time, and whatever world. There is a place for every person at this table. But for now, there's too many empty places. But we come to the table during Advent, the Advent table, and we bow our heads and we give thanks for the people that are there and for the people who will be there but not there yet. Because hope is answered. Dreams are fulfilled. So when we do this thing called communion and we share this cup and we share this bread, we are talking about a table that really has no end, and where all are welcome. I ask that you read along with me as I read to you this table of Jesus. The table of Jesus means there is something of sustenance and meaning for every human being. It begins with grace and acceptance. It is not possible to keep such gifts of the table from coming because they will come. Just as Advent is about what is coming, it is inevitable. It will come. Such inevitability of love cannot be held back, but neither can it be rushed. That's just how Advent works. Even though such love is as certain as the tides and the stars, it is possible to not see it. It is possible to miss it, to turn just as it brushes past you. And when you begin to grasp what it is you missed, you become an incarnation of our congregation. When you begin to realize you missed it, you become like Moses in the shadow of the rock, watching God's backside fade in the distance. That's where our name comes from. The story of Moses being hidden in the cleft, in the shadow of the rock, because he could not behold the full glory of God. And so to protect Moses, God put Moses there and walked by. That's who we are. And so, stay, sit, linger, tarry, ponder, wait, behold, wonder, take and eat. Take and drink. There will be time enough for running. It's going to happen. Time enough for rushing around. It will happen. Time enough for worrying, for pushing. But for now, in this time together, stay. Breathe. Waiting for grace is the spirit of Advent. And there is something on the table of Jesus, unique and just for you.